Hey, working mom. I hope you are doing well. I am Latika Vines, a workforce developer and a career development strategist for working moms, helping them to be able to lead and grow in their career and balance the life, and also strengthening their organization so that they can retain their working mom workforce. And I'm excited because November is National Career Development Month, and all month long, I am focusing on more initiatives, more support to empower you to focus on your future career needs. And for a few moments, I want to talk about owning your career development. Owning your own development is so important because it's really giving you direction of where you want to go in your career, but it also allows you to take full responsibility and be intentional with your goals and with your actions. Yes, we have supervisors, we have managers, and yes, they ought to care about our professional development. However, it is upon us to take the initiative on what we want in our career, where we want to go, who we want to work for, and so much more. But it really takes us taking the first step, because I truly believe that once we take the initiative, then everybody else will, because everyone else sees the work that you're putting into it and how much you really want to excel in your career. And so they'll sponsor, they'll mentor, they'll coach you to get you further. But it really takes us taking the full responsibility in the first step in doing so. Now, you may ask, what are some of the benefits of having or taking the initiative of your own development? And I'm going to give you three. One, it improves morale. So when you're in an organization and you know where you're going, you know whether you're going to stay, you know whether you're going to go. And if you are going to stay, you know you have a plan of, I'm going to stay and I'm going to get this promotion. I'm going to do this. So I'm going to work harder. It's a win-win for both you and for the organization. So it definitely increases morale. And two, it gives you a boost of confidence and increased knowledge. So when you're taking your own development, there's a sense of confidence that comes over because you have obtained the subject matter expertise. You are a thought leader in your industry. And so when you're showing up for meetings, when you show up to the office, the way you walk into a room, the way you walk into the building, what you say out of your mouth shows your leadership, shows what you know. And because of that, it's boosting your confidence. You show up differently. You show up differently when you have taken full responsibility for where you want to go. You show up differently. Your posture is upright. The way you walk, you're walking with your head upright. The way you sit down in a meeting, you know exactly what you're talking about. There's just the way that you are, your demeanor. You show your confidence because you have taken the initiative to own your development. The third is that you improve your career prospects. So you know exactly where you're going. You also take the initiative in talking to other people and saying, hey, I'm ready. I'm willing. What do I need to do? Who can help me? You're improving your career prospects. So whether you're going to the next level in your career of experience, whether you're going to the next level of promotion, whether that's a leadership level that you're going to, you are improving your career prospects because you've taken the initiative and you're doing the things, you're continuously to do the things that will help you go to where you want to be. And when you're improving your career prospects, another thing that you're developing are your skills. You're developing your skills. So whether that's, you're getting a certificate, you're getting another degree, you're going to workshops, you're going to conferences, you're going to networking events, you're showing up as a subject matter expert. And it's in alignment with where you want to go, what your goals are, because all of us have a career vision, but it's the goals that help us to achieve those career visions. So let me break down the 7 ways that you can own your development. 7 ways. The first, identify your career vision. Now, identifying your career vision is really identifying what it is that you want to do in your career. And I call this your career vision statement. And what that is really to sit back and think about, at your retirement party, what is it that you want people to say that you have done in your career? What's the place that you want to get to? My career vision has always been to go into IBM and be their chief workforce developer or people developer as a consultant. That's something that I want to do. And so, working backwards, I now have to check off the things that will qualify me to be that consultant that can go into IBM and say, hey, I'm going to revamp your whole entire learning development, HR, for training. I'm going to revamp it all to make sure that it's more inclusive of your working moms, that it's more inclusive of your caregiving employees, that your retention initiatives are more inclusive of them. Like I'm going to revamp it, but I have to know what it is that I want first. And the second thing is to map my goals. So I have my career vision, but now I need to go backwards. I need to map how I'm going to get there. So what are the positions that I need to get to that place? One of the things that I've done was look at people who are chief learning officers and said, okay, if you're a chief learning officer, what are some of the things that you've achieved on your resume? Do I need to do the same thing? Can I do the same thing? Do I qualify? Do I meet these qualifications? And so you really need to take time to map out your goals. So again, you're thinking backwards from your career vision. The third is keep track of your wins. You have to keep track of your accomplishments. If you've never heard of Career Accomplishment Journal, I want to introduce that to you, because what that is an opportunity for you to literally keep track of your wins, all the accomplishments that you have achieved. This journal is going to be available in November 2022. And I'm excited about it because it's an opportunity for you to literally write out what your accomplishments are. And also, it prepares you for updating your resume. It prepares you for those performance review meetings that you have with your supervisor. It also prepares you for having the difficult conversation. Some may call it difficult conversation of going to your supervisor and saying, hey, I deserve this promotion because of X, Y, and Z. And also, when you go to networking events and people want to know what your past performance is, you have it in your career accomplishment journal. The journal is multifaceted because you're able to have so many things in there and you use it for so many different conversations and needs. So definitely keep track of your wins. Make sure you stay tuned so that you know when that career accomplishment journal is available so you can get your copy. The fourth is identify your gaps. You have to understand what you're good at, what you're not good at. I call this a SWOT analysis. I'm sure many of us have completed a SWOT analysis, but it's important for you as an individual to complete a SWOT analysis. What are your gaps? You know your strengths. What are your gaps? What are your threats? What are your weaknesses? And then compare them to the opportunities you have, and then also the opportunities you didn't take. Look at your gaps. What is it that you're missing? And then what you're missing, how can you fulfill it? How can you make sure that you're not missing it anymore? The fifth is making sure that you have someone that can mentor you, coach you, sponsor you, but most importantly, support you where you are going. You are owning your development. You can't do it alone. Again, owning your development is taking full responsibility, it's taking that first step, but having people in your corner It's going to be so much better because these individuals are able to place your resume in rooms that you do not have the permission to be in. Yes, permission. Because there are certain rooms that are closed off to individuals because you don't have a certain title. But if you have a coach, if you have a mentor, if you have a sponsor who can go into that room that you're not allowed in, but can mention your room that you're not allowed in, let me tell you, our God is too wonderful of a God, too wonderful of a God, that he will allow that sponsor to drop your name, to drop your resume, to drop your accomplishments in a room that you are not even supposed to be in. God is so amazing. Let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you. Having a sponsor, a coach, a mentor can be used as a vessel by God to do the unthinkable. To do the unthinkable, to have you set up for success. Because if you think about it, yes, you're owning your development, but the more people you have together, think about how strong your development can be with numbers supporting you. Think about how far you can go with numbers supporting you. So make sure you have a mentor, a coach, a sponsor. I suggest all three. I suggest that you have those individuals that can support you, that have your best interests at heart. The sixth is always network. Never stop networking. Never stop networking. Never stop networking. This month, there is a course that I just came out with called Career Brands, or Creating a Career Brand That Wins. And in this course, I talk about networking, and I share that networking is an essential part of sharpening your career brand. It's essential. And with networking allows you to meet other people, allows you to mention to people that, hey, you're looking for new opportunities, but it also allows you to see what is happening in the industry. What are the new trends? What is it that you need to be proficient in so that you can be the subject matter expert and thought leader for your industry? And then the seventh is always, always, always consider your work-life balance. Yes, when it comes to owning your development, you have to understand what is it that you can allow for balance and what you can't allow. What are your boundaries? What is it that you're able to take from an employer? What is your flexibility like? What does the employer offer? Does the employer offer childcare subsidies? Does the employer offer flexible spending accounts for daycare, after school care? Think about those things. It's so important. That's something that you need to understand. You need to be one with. You really need to be one with, because once you understand what it is you need to be a working mom, then when it's time for you to go apply to jobs, you know which employer to apply to and which you shouldn't, because they match or they align to your values. And one of your values is work-life balance. You need to make sure that you have balance so that you can be the mom and you can be that career-driven woman that you are. But you have to identify it first. You have to identify it first. So make sure you check out the Creating a Career Brand That Wins course. There's also a course, there's a few courses available. But another one is Resume Strategies to get you to the top of the interview list. These courses are brand new for this month, and it really will help you to really own your development. Again, you have to know what your career vision is. You have to map out your goals. You have to keep track of your wins. You have to identify your gaps. You need support. You always have to network, and you must consider your work-life balance. 7 essential things that you need to own your career development. Again, this is National Career Development Month, and I am providing additional services, additional initiatives to empower you to focus on your future career needs. So, all month long, you will get courses, you'll get training, and don't forget, I'm giving free coaching calls away all month long. So, make sure you click on the website below. Make sure you are subscribed to our mailing list so you know of everything that is happening so that you can take part of what you need to own your career development. It is up to you. But once you take the first step, you will have numbers behind you supporting you. And I am one of them. So it's time to own your development. Today's the day. Don't wait any longer. It is time for you to own your own career development.